Oh hey, you just caught me having the worst mental breakdown of my career. What seems to be the issue, you ask? Well, ever since I was born, I've never experienced the third dimension. However, I recently realized my skin and bones version of myself has experienced it, so I've decided to land my spaceship on the planet Dastardly Donkey Dance, or Triple D. Oh my god, I can go forwards and backwards.
Hey, Flat Me.
This was a mistake. Yo everybody, my name is Kaspi, and I'll never go back. I hated that. So instead I'm going to talk about something that I actually care about, but that requires going back in time a little bit. Wow, I'm going through time and space, baby. Welcome to the year 2000, where nu metal was still cool and I was not yet conceived. The year was going pretty well. I mean, Bye 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 by NSYNC had released that January, so obviously that was peak music, but it had yet to reach peak video games. I mean, yeah, Majoras Mask came out in April, but that game makes me yawn profusely. I mean, a kid with a skull? Oh, so unrealistic, oh my god. But in August we got something realistic. A man made out of paper. Paper Mario. Paper Mario was originally conceived as a sequel to 1996's Super Mario RPG, however it became very different from that. A few differences are, Square is out here, and in comes Intelligent System, a studio who would later make WarioWare, and was at the time known for Fire Emblem in Japan. Huh, that wasn't actually that much. The original characters have been cut for new ones that are based on pre-existing enemies from the franchise. And the art style. This may possibly be the most interesting part of the game for a little non-RPG fan like myself. That's right, I'll stick to Bakugan, thank you very much.
Alright, let's put this bad boy in, test it out. I don't think this is Paper Mario. I definitely don't think this is Paper Mario.
Yeah, I don't actually own this game, so it's kind of hard for me to talk about it. Guess I'll get it on the Wii U Virtual Console. Fuck! The only legal way to play this game without buying the original is to get the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. Does Zygarde work? But from just looking at it, there's something that makes it stand out. Those 5 letters aren't just there for show. Paper Mario was a frontrunner in games with paper art styles. Paper Mario is absolutely gorgeous. Despite coming out 23 years ago, 4 generations ago, it still holds up in my opinion. In case you didn't know, or are completely blind, a paper art style is a game where the player, characters, NPCs, enemies, etc. look like they're made of paper, while having the environment be a 3D space. Oh no, trauma. It looks timeless because of this, and every single one of its sequels look decently on par. Ever since Paper Mario though, this art style hasn't really been used much, and definitely not to this extent. And I seriously don't understand why. Are you scared of copying Nintendo? Y'all weren't scared then, why now? The only other example I can think of is Parappa the Rapper, which came up before and doesn't really take this paper art style anywhere beyond just an art style. The gameplay opportunities speak for themselves, going flat to go under doors and other things probably. However, there's one type of game studio who's very much not scared of copying billionaire companies. Indie studios. Indies have been saving several genres and subgenres, even being the main proponent and frontrunners of said genres. Roguelikes, 2D platformers, classic survival horror, and of course, games with paper art styles. Now that I've talked for way too long about this thing this video isn't about, I'll be covering a game with this style. I'm going to see how it uses the style, whether it's simply a stylistic choice, a gameplay choice, or a story choice. And the one on the docket is 2021's Here Comes Niko. This game is the breakthrough title from Frog Vibes, a Dutch indie studio who kinda sorta like frogs. And this game is very clearly proof of that. So after what I can only assume was some rigorous frog game development.
So lads, I was thinking, frog!
Whoa, let's go! Yeah! Frogs! Let's go!
Why are there only 2 of you? Oh, I killed him.
I hid borders.
That's why I didn't kill him.
That's why I didn't hide my own body.
The game was eventually released in 2021. I played it all the way in one sitting and smashed through it in a solid 3 hours. It's short but sweet. However, I very much loved it. It made it to my top 5 games of the year list, and while it might not be as high now that I've played more games like Resident Evil Village and Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, yes, that is a real game, he just liked me for real. So with this overly long introduction to games with paper art styles and this very game I'm talking about, let's play Here Comes Niko. First thing you see is a frog. I get why I adored this game when it came out. So here we got a frog, their name, Pepper, my favorite reason to shit. She talks about her new business, being a professional friend. Are you good at being a decent human being? Or frogs are valid. Do you need money because you recently moved out of your parents' house due to various reasons? Then you can become a professional friend. Pepper's decided to hire a local person who just moved out of their parents' house due to various reasons, Niko.
That's us if you didn't know.
We get out of our house and find Pepper, who's putting us on our 7-day free trial. Or just day long. Man, this Netflix subscription sucks. She points out this frog, who has, in fact, forgotten their lunch, so you, the sole savior of this frog's famine issues, have to go over and give it to them. It's here we learn about the basic controls. We got a jump, a pretty good start for a platformer, and there's a dive and a wall climb, and you can also jump out of the wall climb and dive back to get it to be a really big wall climb. It's a simple set of moves, but for what the game is going for, it is more than enough. You see, this game goes for something that most games don't go for these days. A simple, cozy, non-threatening, chill game. To be fair, older games are even less chill than newer ones. Murder. But this one is advertised as a game for tired people, and I can definitely see that. It's very relaxing. There are no threats unless you're a pool floaty. You just run around and help people with different tasks. For example, in the first full stage, we have a guy who needs a new hook, so we become the hook. A guy who's nervous to be around people, so you go talk to him, or this guy who wants to play volleyball with someone, and this leads me to the collectibles. Whoa, crazy, because this is in essence a collectathon. The main ones are coins, your stars, and your jiggies, and your freaking they're gotten from doing the main objectives. You find cassette tapes all around used to sell to some music enjoyers.
Imagine.
You also find these bugs everywhere for a social media food reviewer who... I thought I was playing a cute paper platformer game, not Resident Evil. All of these are fun to collect, but very simple and chill, which is a theme in this game. So get enough coins to carry on to the next level. All the levels are open-ended, but there's no hub world, no choice of what level to play. It's more Mario Odyssey than Mario 64. It's as simple as getting the coins to get to the next level, then proceed. You don't have to get all of them, so you can pick and choose, which is always appreciated. The progression, I find, is very good. It feels like you have a good bit of variety in the objectives, and going around these worlds is actually really fun. The themes are also pretty unique, all things considered. They aren't super varied, mind you, but they all feel lived in and like they could be real. A winter spa, a nice poolside, a foresty mountain, a port town with a big windmill. All a lot of fun.
Oh, hey, look! A little frog under the bridge. I wonder what he's gonna say to me. Why is the frog horny?
The levels are filled with well-written, funny, likable characters, and I adore it.
Hat kid.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have mentioned this. This game was actually published by Gears for Breakfast, most known for A Hat in Time. And I'm very thankful they did, because this game is phenomenal, and I highly recommend you play it. However, I do have a few complaints. Bit nitpicky, but a few complaints. The story feels a bit shoved in. There's literally only story stuff between levels or an optional message in a bottle messages, which I find a bit annoying. Imagine playing a game that clearly wants to have a good story, yet none of the gameplay has anything to do with it, except for maybe the fact that you're doing this to escape from your family. My second complaint is the fact that, well, it doesn't do anything with the paper art style. God, I wasted that entire intro for nothing. From my understanding, most games recently don't take the fact it's made of paper into account in the way that Paper Mario does. It's not a big deal, it is just a nitpick, but it is kind of annoying to me, and it just kind of sucks, as that's why I love the art style. Despite these faults though, I still absolutely adore this game and think you should all play this right now. It's a pretty short ride and, as stated so many times, really relaxing. Go ahead and support these wonderful devs.
Well, since we're now don't worry about the elliptical machine or my change of clothes. Now that we're done playing this game, I wonder what I'm going to be doing next. Oh no, oh god, oh no, oh no, no, oh. What's up?
The sequel to one of my least favorite games is coming out soon, and I want to cry.